Bhagavad Gītā. Om Jaya Bhagavad Gītā. Hariya Kamala Viharini.
Hariya Kamala Viharini.
Sundara Supunite. Om Jaya Bhagavad Gītā.
Floor to Dr. Nilesh Oak from United States of America. You have the floor.
Namaskar, thank you. And I will keep it to 5 minutes. So thank you, and I totally understand. All right, all the three speakers, including the wonderful chair, I mean, you have covered the message in a wonderful fashion. I want to make three specific points. The first is about the message of Bhagavad Gita. It is universal, it is eternal. We know that. Now, Hindu Dharma, there is another name for it, Sanatan Vedic Dharma. And the word Sanatan is beautifully explained by Yaskacharya, who wrote Nirukta to help us understand the Veda, because Veda is complicated. And that's why Mahabharata was written, to make us understand. Yaskacharya describes Sanatana, the word Sanatana, as Sanatano Nityanutana. Nityanutana meaning always fresh, just like every morning, every sunrise, every sunset. It's new, it's fresh, it's beautiful. Similarly, and that so well applies to Bhagavad Gita. And number of you already said it, so I'm not going to repeat. But precisely that is the reason, in spite of the fact that Bhagavad Gita is from a very long time, from the time of Mahabharata war, when we are in trouble, and if we approach, any one of us approaches Bhagavad Gita, we almost find the answer. Now you can call this Shraddha, but I can, if I am in some distress situation, I just randomly open the page of Bhagavad Gita and read whatever is there on that page, and it almost feels like it's meant for me for that particular situation. Quickly, I want to mention, as a part of this message, Krishna himself says this is a very ancient message, and he's saying it again to Arjun. Now, when is that message that Krishna told to Arjun? Now, we said, people use a generic 5,000 years ago, and that's reasonable, and that's correct. Now, this is specifically the work that I did over the last 25 years, where what I looked at, I started with a very enigmatic reference from the Mahabharata text. And then I thought I will able to figure this out in over a weekend. Then it took me 15 years, from 1995 to 2009. But the outcome of that was, when I combined that with some 300 plus, every single astronomy description, reference I could find from the Mahabharata, like a jigsaw puzzle, like a crossword puzzle, like a Rubik's Cube, I could come to a very specific year for the year of Mahabharata war, and therefore the year of Bhagavad Gita. And that comes to 7,581 years ago, like 5561 BCE, or if you add
it's unmute. It's mute.
Forgive me, it just unmuted me somewhere. Okay, so how long I was unmuted? Just 10 seconds? Okay. Okay, all right. So I established that Bhagavad Gita or Mahabharata war happened more than 7,500 years ago. The next point I want to mention is the specific position of Bhagavad Gita within the entire ancient Sanatana or ancient Hindu literature. If you look at Vedic literature, its emphasis is on the contemplation, dhyana. If you look at Upanishad, its emphasis is on a jnana, the knowledge. If we look at our beloved and famous Valmiki Ramayana, its emphasis is on niti vichar, the absolute moral values. Some of you may be familiar with the Bhagavad Puran, and you will see its emphasis is on a bhakti, the devotion. What Bhagavad Gita does, it synthesizes all of them, and that is precisely the reason, as many other speakers said today, that anyone approaching Bhagavad Gita, for whatever challenge they may be facing, it magically provides us the answer and we come out very satisfied. It synthesizes it so well that it's very difficult to say what exactly Bhagavad Gita is. In fact, it brings this dhyana, jnana, bhakti, karma, everything together. And it asks us to do the karma in our small way. Okay, and that's why we can say the Mahabharata is also a karma pradhan. And quickly, the last one. Now, how to study Bhagavad Gita? Obviously, by doing an action, as we understand from Bhagavad Gita. Now, it's best to study if you can, if we have the ability to do it in Sanskrit. If not, the second best, and actually even the first best, I would say, is to study it in our mother tongue, if we have a great translation available. And those of us who are stuck with English translation, I would like to suggest a very recent book, and Guruji Dharmayasaji knows him, Sri Jeffrey Armstrong or Kavindraji, who is studying Bhagavad Gita for 50 plus years and specifically working on this translation project for 10 plus years. His book is called Gita Comes Alive, a radical translation of Bhagavad Gita, where he has tried to remove all the colonized words. And what that does, in the English language, it brings the message of Bhagavad Gita as best as one can without having some slightly modified understanding of what the original message is. Again, with that, I want to stop. I went 1 minute over. My greetings to all of you on the day of Gita Jayanti. Thank you very much.
Namaste. Thank you so much, Dr. Nilesh Oak, for very, very illuminating speech and, of course, a very concise 5 minutes. I would like to appreciate this. As Dr. Oak reminded us about the universality and the eternal essence of Bhagavad Gita itself. And of course, if we treat Bhagavad Gita as Shraddha, it may be a panacea for any problems in this world. And also reminding us with how old the Bhagavad Gita, 7,500 years ago. I think before we all born, I believe, Bhagavad Gita was there already as an enigmatic reference of our life. So the way out for learning more and deeper about Bhagavad Gita, study in our mother tongues. That's what Dr. Rao, Dr. Oak suggested to us, and makes Gita always alive in ourselves. So always fresh. Dr. Oak, thank you so much once again for the very impressive speech. Now I would like to turn to the next speaker, Dr. Lydia Babenko from the Russian Federation. Dr. Babenko, you have the floor.
Radhe Radhe.
Hari Pada Prema